Perfect. Works for me.
It's my favorite part. The whole thing.
It's all of our favorite parts.
Better
The
be.
whole thing. What's going on, guys?
Nothing much.
Nothing much. Well, here we are. We're trying this again because we tried and record one yesterday with a friend of ours, Tim, and let's just say we went for about 30 minutes of riveting conversation about Spider-Man, the upcoming movie, and we took some time and watched some funny videos about Tobey Maguire. All of which is unusable because we lost every bit of audio due to my fumbling of that. I shut down my computer before I was able to save it, and I regret it immensely. Moving on. We did last night see Eternals.
Yeah.
And we wanted to talk about that and at least salvage some of what we tried to create yesterday. So with that, what did you guys think of the movie?
I think it was pretty good.
I liked it.
Wait, so you think it's pretty good now?
That's...
Because last night
it's a little
at
weird.
The movie theater,
you just could not stop talking about how much you did not like it last night.
It was born in the beginning when they were talking, so I was falling asleep.
You're supposed to listen to them talk so you know what's going on. Because half the movie you were sitting there looking like...
But when the action was coming, I was wide awake.
Yeah, the action was really good.
I mean, the brightness was pretty low, but I had to take your phone at one point. I literally just gestured to you. I was like,
Did you?
And you just handed me your phone over, and then I took it and put it in my pocket because you just were so disinterested with it. You told me you were falling asleep.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
But now it's good. So why is it good now all of a sudden? And I'll pull up the trailer here while you tell me why you think it's good.
I think it has a good storyline. And
a storyline that you didn't understand.
Well, so what did you get from the story then?
That the Celestials made the Eternals to
clip here.
Indeed.
So the Eternals can I'm trying to find
the Celestials made the Eternals so that they can keep the world going, and they're not supposed to interfere with any human conflict because it's all part of the...
So I will say they tried to cram a lot.
There was a lot. Too much.
Very little amount of time. And it was a long movie.
And it was long.
But it was somehow still it was too much they were trying to explain.
I don't know. They tried to put a lot of things in with short explanation. Very short.
Really short explanations for some pretty big concepts that they were trying to
really big, like Celestials.
Celestials,
I
still don't understand what quite the Celestials are, other than these big giant like Reggie Gigas Pokemon looking things with the 6 eyeballs.
Okay.
Like they got like Galactus heads. I don't totally understand it, but I guess the takeaway from the movie was, at least from my point of view, is that the Celestials are like these big giant galactic beings or cosmic like things that are bigger than planets, and they like eat the life force created from planets.
And then make suns.
And then they make suns from that life that they consume. So they created the Eternals, which the movie's based around these people that they created, these synthetic people that aren't real humans, to foster life on planets and grow people, like grow humans and animals and civilizations, so that the Celestials can come and eat it up.
Keep eating the energy.
And then make another sun from.
Exactly.
But, so I don't understand how the Celestial was inside of the Earth. I must have missed that part.
What do you mean?
Like they planted a seed or something inside the Earth's core, and then
I don't even know where it came from.
Because spoilers, at the end of the movie, it's just like reaching.
Just a huge
it reaches
Celestial,
reaching through
the
planet
Earth,
from the inside.
Basically.
Like the Earth was giving birth to
a Celestial.
A new Celestial.
Yeah.
Basically. It was coming from the volcano.
Because the whole time I was thinking that what was going to happen was that the Celestial was going to come back and like consume the planet, and then
right.
harness the energy to make a new sun. But let's watch the trailer, and we can try to break the trailer down in relation to what actually happened in the movie. So here it is. If I can get it to play.
5 years ago, Thanos erased half of the population of the universe.
And that was another thing.
Yeah.
We were going into it like, or I think everyone who wanted to see the movie was going into it like, where were these people when Thanos was
going on.
Yeah.
was
Like
effing
Infinity
us
War.
up on Earth and everywhere in the universe.
Yeah.
So
So basically, it's just like we said, they can't interfere with anything unless it has to do with Celestials. But it's like now they choose to finally like go against protocol.
I guess because they had faith that no matter what Thanos did, it was part of the plan. But now that they see that their goal was basically to destroy the planet anyways,
Yeah. Now
they don't
like,
agree with that
now they're like,
somehow. I get what you're saying, because in the movie they explained they couldn't interfere with anything like the ongoing of
without deviants or Celestials or whatever.
exactly without their enemies or the deviants, which the Celestials also created to
Which was like
to curb
so like
the population.
no, basically like there was monsters. There was like these almost dinosaur like things, and they were on Earth, and they made the deviants to go like kill them basically.
I guess so.
And then there was too many deviants, and then they
the
lost
deviants
control
became
of deviants.
monsters themselves. pretty
Yes,
much.
they became apex predators, and
Yeah.
then I don't even know.
Yeah,
So they created both,
Yeah.
and they became a problem.
The goal of the Celestials was to create as much life as possible to farm and farm energy and create a new celestial or create new suns and whatever.
Yep.
And so yeah, like you said, they were like big dinosaurs or whatever that were killing everybody and all life.
Not dinosaurs.
What?
I mean, like kinda.
It was just like the big predators weren't allowing growth, and so then the Celestials made the deviants
To go
and curb those
beat them up.
predators and
now-
help foster. But then somehow the deviants got out of control and went hog wild on everything. And
I guess.
but
I don't know. It was kind of weird.
the Eternals' goal was to
Stop deviants.
stop the deviants from overrunning everything, and then beyond that, they couldn't interfere with anything. That's what's explained in the movie, like really super briefly.
The people of this planet brought everyone back with a snap of a finger. The sudden return of the population provided the necessary energy for the emergence to begin.
So the emergence, that's what it's called when the Celestials like reaching out from mommy's tummy, the center of
And
the earth,
destroying the whole world.
and destroys the world that it's feeding off of. So this whole movie is about the celestial emergence potentially occurring, and whether the Eternals go through with it or stop it. Right.
Yeah.
How long do we have?
7 days.
We're Eternals. We came here 7,000 years ago.
See, I missed that 7,000
To
years
protect
Yeah,
ago.
they've been
That
there.
was a long
Because
time.
they're kind of like they live forever.
They've been there since the beginning of time, and
Yeah,
they're gonna
yeah.
be there till the end of time, basically.
Pretty much. They fly around on their Roblox spaceship.
Why didn't you guys help fight Thanos? Or any war, or all the other terrible things throughout history?
Oh, and then that guy, Jon Snow.
Jon Snow is now gonna be the Black Knight.
Which I don't know.
And he's the guy who plays in the Games of Thrones.
Yeah, Game of Thrones, yeah. I don't know anything about Black Knight, and then at the end of the movie, Harry Styles comes in as Star Fox,
And starts singing
which I thought was a Nintendo
Watermelon
person.
Sugar High, and they break out in a
Star
huge
Fox.
musical number.
Yeah, big giant musical number. That's right.
It was great.
Lyrics on screen for us.
Yep,
And
it was a sing along actually.
Patton Oswalt, some like elf dude. It just
Oh,
a lot derailed at the end for me personally. Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be something about Spider-Man or something actually like cool, but just more
But
stuff
nope.
I have no idea about.
Watermelon sugar high.
You guys help fight Thanos, or any war, all the other terrible things throughout history.
We were instructed not to interfere in any human conflicts unless deviants are involved.
By who?
And so,
That's Big Dad.
that is exactly right. That's the Celestial. What was his name? Like Otter, Amor,
Thought it started with the H. So
A something.
was not mistaken. But
Each
that
Celestial
thing
has
was
its own name, and then they all
big.
make their own. They have like an eternal factory, and they just pump these things out like
Yeah, I guess.
hotcakes.
I really don't know.
And
So,
then at the end of the movie, this guy just wants to come in and
Mm-hmm.
take all the remaining Eternals and just say, "Hey, you guys did it bad. You're coming with me."
Mm-hmm.
And then they just left.
Yeah, they
snatched them up real fast too.
said you're coming with me for judgment.
Yeah,
So
and I was like,
I guess they're on trial now.
I
don't know how
guess
that's gonna
since
work.
they went
No,
against
and he
what they were
said
supposed
he'd
to
be
do.
back for judgment.
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah.
We need to find the others.
I haven't seen some of them for centuries.
Oh, and then all their powers. So
Okay.
that dude who just walked out, the monk-looking guy, he like controls people's minds.
And he can control a lot of people
A lot
at one
at
time.
one time, yeah.
Like, it's pretty overpowered, I think, because he can control a big group of people
So he-
and make them
yeah.
do whatever he wants.
He was Druig, that was his name, and then back a second, the
We need to find the others.
jawline.
This
Jawline
is
here
Icarus.
is
Jawline.
is basically Superman.
Superman,
Yeah,
actually.
pretty
Mhm.
much.
Yeah.
He's not invincible, but he
He
can
can
shoot
fly
lasers
and shoot
fly.
lasers from his eyes.
So that's pretty cool.
And he's strong.
And he's strong.
Others.
And then
I haven't
the
seen
girl
some of
with
them
the
for
knife.
centuries.
Sprite, right? She just makes illusions. That's pretty much it. So she can like make holographic illusions of things,
Sprite.
and that's her powers.
She was okay in the movie.
And then Angelina Jolie is
Oh my gosh, Thina.
Athena, which is basically Athena, which they're trying to say is why the myth originated because she was around. So Athena, the warrior.
And then,
goddess.
dude on the left.
And then yeah, Kumail Nanjiani is, what was his name again?
Let me see.
I forget what the character's name was.
His name was
Salma
Kingo.
Kingo.
Yeah.
I didn't. I don't even remember
I
them
don't
saying
even-
that
I-
in the
yeah,
movie.
I don't even remember them saying his name once. Basically, he has finger guns. He goes like pew pew, pew pew.
Yeah.
He
His
literally
voice-
makes
his-
the guns with
voice
his
was
finger.
annoying me a little bit.
You didn't like his voice.
He
Yeah,
literally
his
makes the
voice was
guns
annoying me.
with his fingers and goes pew pew, and he can charge it up real big and just like
Well, the thing about this actor is he's actually a comedian.
Yeah.
He's like a
and that's
Yeah.
why every
Pakistani
line he said it
comedian.
in the movie, everybody started laughing in the theater.
well, not
Basically.
just that, but I'm all that to say that he used to be like really like average looking, like out of shape, kind of like
Yeah,
chubby.
Yeah,
and fat.
but now he's all buff and
And he got
muscular.
all- just for
and-
this movie.
Now he's
Superhero
in
type.
Marvel. That's how it goes for a lot of Marvel actors. Like
Yeah.
they're really out of shape, and then
And then what was her name? Cersei.
Cersei, yeah.
Yeah, she's like the main one now because Salma Hayek was.
Oh, she can.
She
turn
can just turn anything to like
into. She can turn
Into,
stuff
like,
into
anything.
water,
yeah.
gold.
water, dust, a tree.
So she can like change matter and make
She-
it into living
She turned a
organisms.
deviant
or-
into a tree.
She turned a deviant into a tree. She turned like something into like a rock into a bunch of birds. She turned a tree into water. She
There was a
just
bus falling on her, and she turns it to rose petals.
yeah. So she just converts matter into different.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
Stuff.
that's a cool power.
That's pretty
I mean,
cool.
I guess.
Wait, pause it. Pause it. I hate Sprite. Just so you guys know. Just so you know.
Any particular reason why? Or
Any particular reason why I hate Sprite?
yeah.
One. She's been around forever,
hmm
and she still looks like she's 13.
Well, she hated that about herself. That was the whole thing.
Well,
in the
I
end,
hate it
where-
about her too. Second.
She couldn't go up.
Second.
Yeah.
She's in love with Icarus,
Not in
Which,
love. I wouldn't
yes,
say
she
in love.
is. They
She
literally said
loves him.
she's in love.
Mm-hmm.
She's in love with Icarus, but I don't think anybody sees her as the 7,000-year-old she is.
Yeah.
They see her as the child. And the whole movie, she would follow Icarus to the ends of the earth, even when he was turning on the Eternals.
Yeah.
She still followed him.
Y'all revealing the whole movie.
You're supposed to have seen the movie by now.
Yeah. This is spoiler
This is spoiler, by the way.
territory right here.
And and she stabbed Cersei.
And Dina, she goes cuckoo in the mind.
Yeah. So Angelina Jolie here, she's got
Dina.
this like condition where, she's been around for so long, like all of them have, but
Yeah.
she's like one of the oldest. I think she is the oldest of all of them, next to Salma Hayek. But Salma Hayek died, and since she's old, they have like a malfunctioning, like ailment, or that causes them to malfunction, and it makes them like go crazy just for being so old.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wasn't-
She just like
But then
But then the Korean guy, well, whatever his name,
Hey.
Gilgamesh, he
Yeah.
really get
This
to
is what the
him.
end of the world looks like. At least we have front row seats.
You know what's never saved the planet? Your sarcasm.
okay, the ship was pretty cool.
We've loved these people.
pause.
So now we can actually.
We got the girl all the way to the left next to Kingo.
this-
She has super speed.
She was cool, but
And
she's
she
like
was very, very fast.
she was like deaf and mute,
Yeah.
or not mute. She was just
Not
deaf.
mute,
She could
just
speak,
deaf.
but she was
She did
deaf.
sign.
My thing is this, and this is all I'm gonna say about it.
All he's gonna say about it.
These aren't humans, right? These are like literal
So
robots.
how is
So why is she
she
deaf?
deaf?
I don't understand that. You know, they're not gonna make them deaf.
right? I
Right?
don't think they would just
If
make
you make
them
a robot,
defective.
you're not gonna
You're
make
not gonna make it.
you're not gonna make the other
Deaf.
8 like able to hear, and then one of them deaf.
That's all I'm. Yeah.
So
But
I
the
mean-
fight scenes were pretty good.
I
though.
get it. They wanted to have inclusion and include a deaf person as a
Like,
superhero.
but-
Is this the movie for that? Like when
No.
they're
When
literally
they're
supposed to be
literally
perfect
robots
beings?
and perfect in every way.
Not that deaf people aren't perfect themselves, but to say that, what benefit would it be? Because you have to go out of your way, basically, if you're manufacturing
If you're
something.
making these people,
you have
not
to
even
deliberately
people,
make something
you
deaf.
have to make something deaf.
Nobody, when they have a child, a human child, are they deliberately trying to make somebody deaf? So that's my
That's
only hang up about her.
But she
being
was pretty
deaf.
cool.
But
She was super
she was
fast.
cool.
I loved her super
She had
speed.
probably the coolest powers of all of them,
Yeah.
just because she was like.
And some of the best fight scenes when she
Yeah.
was beating the
Well, that's
mess
what
out
I
of
mean.
Icarus.
Yeah, she had the best like fight scene, whatever.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And I think Dina has some cool fight scenes too.
Yeah, Dina's really good. The way she could just like make the sword
Yeah.
right in her hand and the shield and just like, it's pretty cool.
Oh, and then I didn't
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about him yet. This guy, he's next to her because he's basically what keeps her under control.
Gilgamesh, he keeps her under
And
control.
he's got super strength, so
He's got
that's
super
his
strength.
thing.
He makes like these like
Iron
fist things
fists.
and just like
Yeah.
Since the day we arrived.
Oh, we didn't talk about Ajax.
When you love
Ajax.
something,
Oh yeah. So
okay.
it'll show her again. I think.
you protect.
Let's just watch it to the end. See, that's like her power. She turned the bus into pedals.
Pew pew.
Finger guns.
That's a celestial.
So those are the what are they?
Deviants?
Deviants, yeah, that they're fighting, and that's not all they end up fighting in the movie because eventually they turn
Yeah,
against the
I don't
celestial.
understand how the deviants became.
Oh, and so
Like
yeah,
a human.
the deviants. I guess when they kill the Eternals, they have
They
this thing
take
where
their powers.
they can. They got these like avatar
like
tendrils.
tentacles, and they just like stick them.
They stab them into the Eternals and take their powers
power.
and drain
But
them.
they adapt like human.
Yeah. Eventually, they turn into like humanoid
Literally,
creatures.
and they can speak.
And they can talk
can,
and everything. Yeah.
Like,
But it was
kinda-
like immediately, like they were like
yeah,
I
Like,
kind of
just-
find it
yeah.
stupid.
Basically,
immediately evolved. So
It was stupid.
yeah, it was a little
it was
stupid.
kind of weird. Yeah.
That was a deviant. It was like a
That was
regular like
literally
dinosaur
deviant.
looking
It used
thing
to be like a tiger lion dinosaur thing.
yeah, that
And then it was that.
absorbed somebody's powers and then turned it.
There's Superman fighting a deviant.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. The laser beams, they're pretty cool.
Until of course he betrays everybody and then.
And then.
Well, I think we'll take the sound of the pipes running as our cue, but.
Let's go to the pipes.
What did you? Once again, what did you guys think of the movie? Was it?
I liked it.
Out of 10 stars, what would you give it?
I gave it a 7.5.
7? What did you give it?
8.
8, 7.5, 8. I would say in the low end, I would say 7, just because it was a lot they tried to throw in at once, and
yeah,
I felt like there were still a lot of unresolved things. And I get it's Marvel, and there's all these cliffhangers and things because they're trying to make you spend as much money going to see the next movie and the 3 Disney shows that come out in between and all this, but it still felt like a super incomplete movie. Like we didn't accomplish anything.
And I don't think y'all gonna like the post. And then
the post
credits.
If you hold out for that, if you go see Marvel movies just for that, it's extremely disappointing.
Like, it was disappointing, but
no idea what's gonna happen.
But do go see it and watch to the end and watch the post credits because it will be. It's always valuable for the next movie.
And the movie is 2 hours long, so
yeah, the movie is pretty long.
Very long and little to no payoff in my opinion, but it was a pretty standard Marvel movie and it had great production value.
But if you're gonna see it, just go for the fight scenes and some information.
Fight scenes were great.
Information.
But I will say too, before it just even the fight scenes were a little like so for me, just because it's all like CGI, like like
it's mostly
computerized.
CGI because their powers.
Yeah.
Okay,
have to show
not just the powers, but I mean the monsters. I mean like
the deviants.
What's cooler? What's cooler? Watching like Captain America, Winter Soldier, and them two fighting.
That's the best. Oh my god!
Or watching somebody fight some like.
We have to watch the
video
Captain
game
America,
Captain America and
Winter Soldier. We have to watch that fight.
Or like watching like Black Panther.
You remember the fights in Shang-Chi?
Mm-hmm.
Those were also really good.
And those were great. Those were like martial arts choreography.
Yeah, and that was really good.
But when they were fighting each other, they were cool.
Dude, Captain America versus Winter Soldier, that's one of the best fights in Marvel history. It's so good.
We'll watch that and then we'll call it quits.
Yeah.
I think
like the knife flip when they're just hand on hand, like it was really
Look at
good.
Sam.
So I'm gonna.
He looks so scary.
I'm gonna skip to the part where they actually fight because this is a lot of explosions. We were watching the
Yeah,
Tobey Maguire version of this exact fight.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll let go
best.
right here. Oh, I forgot Black Widow fights him.
Yeah.
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 But see, these are just way better because.
They are.
I mean, some of it's fake like that. It's clearly fake, like whatever.
But
it still looks cool because it's like an actual person doing it, and you can't fake that, or you can fake that a lot more easily than like looking at some thing that looks like it's from Avatar.
She looks amazing, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, she did get shot.
Yeah, and we're not going to talk about Black Widow now, but I will just say that was kind of whatever.
Not that good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And this was the best fight scene of
But see, they got to do all these flips, and they're
right, like that, like.
Bam.
It's just good. It's just.
You don't get that with the
deviant. Like that's just not.
Because it's just all green screen and After Effects, and they didn't actually have to like.
Oh, just the best. This is the best.
Hand-to-hand combat right here, guys.
It's the difference between
the flip of the knife. Like, that's a lot of choreography, and I saw the behind the scenes. Sebastian Stan had to go through a lot of like choreography trying to get that knife flip down. And he said he would walk around the house with like the fake knife, just trying to flip it and flip it over and over again.
Yeah, and it's the difference between somebody like punching thin air and looking around and pretending.
Yeah.
While later, like literally a year later, there's going to be something put in by a computer that's actually like
Right.
visually next to them. But in the meantime, they're just like, and then you can even almost kind of tell that that's what they're doing in the moment if you look closely enough.
Yeah.
But with this, it's like it's a one-on-one. They had to train together, and it just flows more smoothly and more realistically.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Oh my god.
Sheesh.
Oh my god.
Sheesh. Hit that weak spot.
And the reveal.
Dang.
Guess who?
Sheesh.
That's how these fight scenes should be. Like, I get it if you have like when they're fighting Ultron, or whatever. There's gonna be on occasion, or even Thanos. There's on occasion. There's one time where you have to fight somebody like that. But for a whole movie to be them just fighting like fake monsters, like Shang-Chi, there's a part where there's like a dragon and there's like monsters and things that are fighting. But that's only a small section of it. But for a whole super movie to be them fighting like monsters and no actual like other people.
Yeah, they really did not fight under other people.
No, not at all.
Except for when Thena was trying to kill them.
Thena fought Icarus, but even the whole time, Icarus is just flying around and stuff. Really,
yeah, and Thena's fighting him with the fake.
Yeah, the fake spear and all that. So
I wanted to see the deviant that turned into a human fight one of them.
Yeah.
Instead of
but they were just but he just started getting tag team in the end.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
But Athena, not Athena, but Athena and the deviant. That was a good fight scene, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, her fight with the Deviant and her fight with Icarus were probably the two best fight scenes one-on-one. But other than that, there was a lot of tag teaming and then a lot of just fake monster fights.
Yeah.
Like even in the trailer when she's like sliding on her knees and she slices the Deviant, it just looks too fake. It looks too dumb. And then she gets on top of it at one point and stabs it.
Yeah, and she just like flips onto it and then she just...
But and I looked at it closely in the movie as she's on top of it. She's like shaking around, like it was so poorly edited.
Shaking around? I didn't see that.
Yeah,
like how the Deviant was moving and she was like...
Wait, in the movie?
In the movie,
I didn't see that.
It just looked really like unrealistic the way she was like almost like seizing on top of this like monster. So,
I didn't see that.
Like even people bull riding don't move the way she was. She was like physically like shifting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, but it was a good movie. Like I said, 7. So the average would be then 7.5 stars, and that's pretty solid. Yeah, the best Marvel movies being definitely in the 9 to 10 areas, especially with Infinity War and Endgame. Actually, I'd bring my score for this movie down probably to like 6.5, to be honest, just because it wasn't even close to like the Iron Man movies or Black Panther or Spider-Man. It was just pretty bland.
So overall. Isn't Icarus a bird?
No, it's like a myth. It's like he's an angel.
Yeah.
Flies too close to the sun.
Flies too close to the sun. Gets
and
wings.
Another spoiler: Icarus does end up flying too close.
Just flies directly into the sun.
Just flies straight into it. Like he just like says no words, flies off Earth, and then flies straight into the sun.
Yeah. Too many. Oh my god. Let's do that again. Too many unexplained things and too many just like spur of the moment. Things and they try to do too much in too little time, and yet the movie still ended up being too long.
Black dude can make.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about.
We barely even saw him in the trailer.
Inventions.
He makes inventions.
He makes inventions.
What was his name? It was
Phosmus.
Fastos.
Yeah.
Fastos.
Yeah. So.
And he basically like advanced the human race too much to when they started killing each other. Because he gave them like guns.
Apparently, every invention ever made by anybody was actually Fastos.
Him. Yeah.
And like he got them up to the point where they were making nuclear bombs.
Yeah.
And then when
they
dropped the first atomic bomb,
ended,
then he gave up on
humanity. He said he was done with humans.
And Salma Hayek was Ajax, and she got betrayed by Icarus because she was gonna go against the Celestials, and he didn't want her to, and he's the strongest one.
Threw her off a cliff.
threw off the cliff and fed her
And
to
then
some
fed her to
deviants.
some deviants. Yep, and they just ate her up.
They sure did eat her up. And with that,
And took to her
I
powers.
think we've covered the whole movie.
Indeed.
About 7-star average.
But it has some funny parts in it. I mean, I didn't laugh, but it has some.
I
funny
laughed
parts about
at
people
what's his
other-
name?
and other people laughed. So
Kingo's little assistant.
No, yes.
He was funny.
I guess he was supposed to be Indian in this movie, even though the actor isn't Indian. And that's
Yeah.
one of his biggest jokes, like on stage, is that he's not Indian and people think he's Indian. So
yeah.
I did think it was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny.
That his first major like movie role was
him
as
being
an
Indian.
in Bollywood, but
Yeah, and he was a Bollywood movie star.
yeah. So that was.
And he was making movies about the Eternals.
I'm sure he feels some type of way about that, but he probably got a good enough paycheck.
Yeah,
to
he got his
justify
check, so I think it might have been okay.
But anyways, well, thank you guys for the
This
breakdown.
is
We'll have to-
ACC.
no, this has a different name to be determined.
To
but
be determined.
Thank you for guesting on this camera. We do appreciate it because
Well,
you don't
I
live
think
here.
The name should be
But
ACC.
you're welcome anytime, even though you don't live here. You're welcome to come in and help us break down movies, and we'll have to do it remotely too, where you can do it on video from home.
Yeah.
Too. We'll get you to comment on some stuff. But
Well, it was good talking to you guys.
yep, sure is.
See you next time.
See you next time. Yep.
Peace.